Everyone, and welcome to Java programming tutorial. In this video we will going to discuss the array list programming questions, and we will go step by step and we will do how to solve those questions. So right now I have one in front of me. Write a method stretch that accepts an array list of strings and an integer stretch factor k as parameter, and that replaces each element with k copies. So they have given us the example as well. So this was the original list: hi, how are, and you, and then the call of stretch list, in which you have passed the array list plus an integer value 3. After the call, list has stored hi for 3 times, how are for 3 times, and you for 3 times. If a stretch factor of 0 or less is passed, then the list is made empty. So right now I have done some work for more explanation. If you see, my original array list stores hi is at 0 index, how are is at index 1, you is at index 2. Then after, if I add one value, this is how array list work. When you add one value, everything is pushed forward. So every time you are adding value at 0 index for hi only. So if you add hi, you are adding value hi. Each and every value is pushed forward. Let's have a look on Eclipse. I have just imported the java.util package and created a class stretch, and I have written the main method. Main method will going to test whether my method is working fine or not. So let's get started. I will be writing a method public static void stretch, and this method is asking for the parameter value of array list of strings. So string, and I'm giving it a name list, comma, and simple int value, which I will be giving the name as factor. So I have the array list of strings and integer value factor. So if you read the line from the question, it says if a stretch factor of 0 or less is passed, then you have to make the list empty. For this, what we are doing, if factor is less than or equals to 0, so just call the method list.clear and it will make your list empty. Else is the case where your factor is not less than or equals to 0. It means your factor is something greater than 0. So now we have to add the value multiple times into your list. That is, for that we need a for loop int of I equals to 0. It will go up till starting from the first value and going up to the list dot size, that is our last value. And then over here at this point, the increment part of I. So if you look at the question again, here is the hi, how are, and you. After adding the first element for 3 times, whatever the factor was passed, then my next value is at index 3, and then I need you to add multiple times, which is at index 6. So if you look at the pattern is whatever the factor is passed, that many times we have to increment our loop. So I will say I plus equals to the factor, like this. Now this loop is just keeping track of the jumping part. It is helping us to make a jump, that this is the string where you have to take the value and add it to the multiple times. Then we need one more loop, that will be our j. J will start from 0 and j will run for factor minus 1 times. This will doing the multiple addition part. So j will be incremented in a simple way. J is less than, I forgot to add the less than part, the condition factor minus 1. Why factor minus 1? One more thing, like if you look at the given question, in this one it says factor is 3, but it is not actually adding the value 3 times. It is just showing us that hi is appearing for the 3 times. So it means value we need to add is for 2 times, because hi 1 time and how are and you is already existed in our array list. So now what we have to do, I'm creating a string variable, string value equals to list dot get me the value. And who knows the value? I cannot say j, I have to say I knows the value. I is making a jump by factor, and I is keeping track of what is the new value I need to add. And to add, I will call the add method of ArrayList, list.add, and I will tell the index I and the value added to the index at that index for that many times. That is it. That is for this question requirement. Let's make a test run and see if our code is working perfectly fine. So I will be creating an array list of string into my main method, which is just giving a name same as the list, equals to new array list of string parenthesis semicolon, and I will work with the same values so that we can see the output if it matches with the question. List.add string how are and semicolon, list.add, and last one is you, and I have to remove this all. Okay, so now I will be printing my list system.out.println, and it will be list. Then I will make a call stretch, and I will pass my list array list, and my passing 3 according to my question, which was 3, and then I will be printing the same list again. So that I can see the output. Let's make a run, and hi, how are you? And this is my original list with the value which I have added. After the call stretch, I have 3 values for each and every element into of my list. Let's make 3 as 0, and it should make our list empty. So here is our empty list. So our code works perfectly fine according to the condition. So for array list, you just need to make sure that the values you are adding, the factor was important in this question because the size of the array list increases as you add the value. It goes same for the removing part. If you are removing the values, you have to make a jump for according to the numbers you are removing, because it will skip that part and each and every value shifts instantly. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye bye.